Yes.
Honorable Nyikal, how do you rate the president's performance 1 year in office out of 100%?
41%.
41. Okay. Why?
Just giving him one more. Good intentions.
Yeah.
A lot of talk and apparent hustle to do it, but then you don't see it really happening. I'll start with, say, health. I must.
Yeah.
Health. There's a lot of talk on UHC, which has been there.
Which is being launched on the 20th.
Yeah, and now it will be launched on the 20th. And I'm asking myself, when they launch it on 20th, what will happen on 21st? I don't see. I was in my constituency, and I had somebody sick in our hospital, which is a level 3, but being kind of labeled as level 4, because it doesn't have everything. I went to the level 5 hospital at Kisumu, and I still see a lot of issues to do with supplies, which is to a large extent related to KEMSA, more than even the counties. And people who are still not getting what they needed go to buy it. And I say, why are the supplies not coming? And on the other hand, you hear the promise, I am going to sort out KEMSA.
Yeah.
Sorting out KEMSA is not what is happening in those offices. It is what the people see on the ground. So to me, when KEMSA is sorted, I go to all hospitals and all the drugs that must come through KEMSA are there. Then I know KEMSA is sorted. What you have done with the structures there, the people you have appointed, the perception that you have removed corruption or fighting corruption, is good to hear.
Yeah.
But what I want to taste, are there drugs delivered in the facility?
But what is the problem there? Because let's stick with KEMSA for a bit, and I know that's what you've touched on. Just yesterday, Nyikal clearly said, the chairperson of KEMSA, that they have drugs worth 1.1 billion shillings that
which have expired.
Is it that there's no uptake? What is going on?
Talking and not doing. Very different.
Okay.
And I'll come to that if we go on. So now I'm not satisfied in that. And then now, health. There are these 4 bills that are coming.
Yes.
Earlier we increased what NHF should pay, and we are saying we are restructuring KEMSA. Now the 4 bills that are come are 4 totally different things. There is social health insurance. There is the primary health care fund. Yeah. There is the FIF fund. Yes. There's the digital. Now, the digital, we'll see it because it's never been a major area, but it's a new thing because of e-health. Yeah. We'll see what it is, but I don't know how between now and next week, you will implement it. It hasn't even appeared in Parliament. Yeah. So when you are launching UHC in about 3 weeks, I don't see how that is coming there. Now, when you talk of primary health care is to a large extent from level 1, where you are talking of the community, the community health promoters. I don't even know why they're calling them promoters. We started with community health workers. Yeah. Then they called them community health volunteers. Now they're community health promoters.
And Susanna Kumicha was here yesterday, and she said they've employed more than 100,000. Okay, they're focusing now on primary health care.
Yeah, they have. I don't know whether they have employed them, because I'm in the health committee, and I know there's that good plan to get them. I'm not sure that they are already on the ground. Okay. So even if you put them on the ground, I actually wrote that community health strategy, and that structure of the community health worker, the community unit, the number of people in it, and the person who links the community with that. It is a complex thing that we're going to implement it. So it's a good thing. But the other then there is the FIF. FIF is something that died when devolution came. We had it in 2005. Facility Improvement Fund. It was operational. It was now some counties have done it, some counties have not done it. Some even retained what was there before. Now they're saying it is a new bill totally. But again...
She said that the reason why UHC did not work is because it was not anchored in any law.
Yeah.
That's why the 4 bills are coming.
Yeah, but there is an NHF Act that we were using, and we said that's what we want. So I'm not disputing the bills. I'm just seeing those 4 bills. Now, when we come to then the Social Health Insurance Fund, I'm waiting to see how it will be structurally different, because it hasn't come to us, but it's something I'm keen to see.
She said the reduction will be 2.75%, but there will be a capping of 5,000.
That is actually what we discussed. That is actually what we discussed in the finance bill, and actually in other proposals before. So that has been there before. So they are good. And I actually think that they can help. But they haven't even appeared in Parliament. I think maybe today they will have the first reading, at least the digital one and the social health insurance one will have the first reading in the National Assembly. The other 2, I'm told, are going with the Senate, which is good reason. And the Senate, and when they met, remember what Governor Minjuku Mutyomi said, that there should have been consultation before this thing went to public participation, because this is a devolved function. If as late as last week, the governors had to be convinced, then you are saying in 3 weeks you are going to launch it. The people who deliver health are actually the governors on the ground, if you leave the 4 or so level 6 hospitals. So again, good talk, looks convincing, but how do you implement it? So I have doubt on that. So I'm still seeing impressing the people as if people are going to vote tomorrow. But are they seeing the fruit on the ground? I walk there, and I'm an old person and I have a hernia, and I walked into a level 4. Am I going to get the operation for my hernia with this card I have? And if I go there, is everything there, or I'm going to buy certain things that I should have come from KEMSA? Now, then let's go to education. The issue has been funding university education. The issue is funding universities. A good idea, we must now fund it per student. That has been there before, but it was not being actively done like that. We were still going to the budget and saying Kenyatta University will get a lot, as it always does, and Egerton will always get little. But good idea. Now we want to tie it to students. So what did we say? We put the amount on the student and said, and gave the student a letter of admission saying, you are going to pay 244,000 in a year, which is a big thing, but don't worry, that one you pay, not paying all of it, you are going to pay just a bit of it, which will determine when you have gone into our website and given us this information. Up to now.
The means testing.
Means testing. Up to now, I do not know a single student who has got the report from that means testing, which says he's going to pay that. So we call them to Parliament and we say, okay, this thing you are saying, it's taking time. You haven't linked this with the admission date, so there's no time. And they say, no, it doesn't matter. Now let them just go to universities with whatever little they have. With whatever they have. Now, that's the government. And then when they are there, we are going to sort out. When I was in Kakamega, I met some students from my constituency, Masinde Muliro. I asked them, has this thing come of how much you are going to pay? They don't know. The universities themselves are asking, we want money. So there is a problem of good intentions, but I think politics is overriding implementation. So politicians have taken over the talking. I don't think they have given technical people the time to sit down and work the nitty and the gritty details that normally results in achieving something. And that is why I was giving 40-41. Good intentions, good talk about it, and nothing is being achieved. Security, I can say there's a little difference. I must say that Minister Kindiki seems to get things done on the ground he goes a lot about, and maybe there's been some improvement. I may give a little bit about that. Housing, again, good talk. We are going to pay, people are paying.
Yeah.
But they are being launched, you don't understand exactly who is going to get the house. When you start to build the house, in reality, even just in ordinary life, or even when you are doing cooperative, or even if you are doing commercial people in real estate, by the time you start to build a house, you have decided who is going to get in this house, what category is person, the criteria they are going to get it. I don't know, maybe you know who and how they are going to get that.
Now
let's look at let's look at the Hustler Fund.
Yes.
Well, I will see on TV a lot of people are getting it, but it seems to be, maybe I'm not digital enough, but when I was in Seme, a lot of young people came, we want to do this. I say, are you getting this Hustler Fund? Are you going for it? Then they say, no, that thing, it's not working well. Maybe they're not telling the truth, but maybe they don't know. Again, if they do not know how it works, then the question is, you have a good thing, you have put it in place. Do people know? Things will only work if the person who is doing it is like this phone, my friend. I don't know how it works inside, all those things inside. That is for the people who designed and made it. But I know that if I press this button and I get the right number, Honorable Nyonka will pick it. That is what the phone user wants. So that is what the hustler guy needs on the ground. That if I do this, I get the money. That is what the student needs. That my father only needs to pay, if it is 7%, this is the much, I raise this much. That is what the person in hospital needs to know. If I walk there, I'll get it. Good talk, implementation, I have a problem. 41%.
Yeah. Trevor, over the weekend, I attended a friend